Hi, I'm Mossman, and in today's video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to gonna cover a few little things and update you on the Venus flytrap and the moss from the original Mossman video. It's just going to be a chill video where I do a bunch of little projects. So yeah, let's get into that.
What we're going to do is we're going to try and save this plant however best we can. So the first thing I noticed is I could pull it out and the original root structure ball thing was still intact, indicating that the roots hadn't really grown out. So that was the sign that it needs a little bit of downsizing. But really the main thing I'm going to do here is just take my pocket knife, take the scissors on that, and just very, very carefully trim off all of the dead leaves. And then I will move it into a smaller pot so the roots so it doesn't have to focus on growing the roots and it can focus on regrowing nice green bits of plant instead of all the dead stuff that's there. That's that plant done. I'm thinking it's looking alright. It's definitely, considering what I had to do to it, it doesn't look half bad, and hopefully he'll be able to see what it looks like in the future. The next thing we have up is I'm going to be repotting this small Maidenhair fern that I have. I've been growing this thing from very, very, very small. I think it's big enough now. It's using up water so quickly, I just have to keep watering it constantly. So that's a good sign that it probably needs a repotting. And as you'll see later, it has some really nice looking roots, definitely perfect for this. So I'm just using a pot that I found the other day. I think it's a pretty nice pot. It has an integrated dish at the bottom, an integrated saucer. Saucer is what it's called, an integrated saucer. Anyways, so yeah, we'll be repotting this plant. I think this turned out pretty well. This is definitely suits the pot, and always, every time, if your plant is big enough when you repot it, repotting it'll just make it look that much bigger and that much better. Still some issues with the coloration of the leaves, but I believe that's just because it was getting too dry too often. And if it is from fertilizer, then of course it'll be getting more dilute water now, so hopefully that is not the issue. And after that, I thought we'd just take a look at the Venus flytrap from one of my later videos, and it has grown spectacularly, actually. A lot better than I was expecting. It's got this strange flowering structure coming up, so I think I might cut that off to promote growth elsewhere, but the traps are growing, and I haven't seen them eat a fly yet, so maybe I'll have to feed them one, but the large traps are growing bigger and bigger, and there's some smaller ones over the side that used to be attached to a larger one, but that one died, unfortunately. But the smaller ones are growing excellently well, and I'm thinking the first one just died due to getting acclimatized to the new high humidity environment. video without a little bit of moss, so well, that's not true technically. Let's take a look at that moss that I did in my first ever video. It's looking pretty crazy because I haven't touched it since the last project, which was my moss art video. Haven't touched it since then, and it is growing some crazy stuff. Usually I would go in there and I'd take out all the weeds and I'd remove anything that looked like it was molding, but I kind of just wanted to leave this as an experiment, and it has some pretty crazy, something's going on. The moss is still growing. There were some mushrooms growing in there, it looked like. That's that update. Oh yeah, and the final thing that I'm going to get done today is my mom wanted a low maintenance plant in the main area, so while I was at work I picked up some variegated pothos and a nice pot, and I will be setting that up. So that's the last thing we're going to do today.
Thank you for watching. I'd like to thank Dylan and Elijah for providing all the music in this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.